Welcome everyone. Welcome all the friends and masters. A very good evening to everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Mahavatar Foundation for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I thank all the masters who are present here, the earlier masters, Pallavi ma'am, Sindhura ma'am, Deepika ma'am, and our great master Rangnath Sirji, our great master Patri Sirji, and our great grandmaster Mahavatar Babaji. I thank everyone for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be a part of your and mine spiritual growth. So, shall we start? We'll say a small prayer and we'll start. Yeah, we'll just pray for 1 minute. Lord, please take charge of this session and give us the full benefit of this knowledge, this divine knowledge, and make it a part of our lives. Thank you. Thank you. So, the topic is 10-minute mindfulness by S.G. Scott and Barry Davenport. So, these are Western people who have written a very practical method of relieving stress in your life and to enjoy a peaceful and happy living. So they start they by saying that when we get up in the morning, they are talking about the modern world. People who have never meditated before will experience this. When you get up in the morning, you are bombarded with thoughts of the future or of the past. And as a result, there is distraction, stress, worry, agitation, negative thinking, and emotional exhaustion. So, early in the morning only, we start feeling emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted. Why? Because we are already thinking about the future. Oh, what will my boss say? My PPT is not ready. Oh, did not finish my work yesterday. So either the mind is going in the past or the mind is going in the future. And because of this, it is causing this extreme emotional stress, mental stress, and anxiety. Hmm? So we are never peaceful and joyful when we get up in the morning. We are not centered when we get up in the morning. And the main reason for this is that we are not experiencing life in the present moment. Those who are doing meditation may already start experiencing living in the present moment, but those who are newcomers, they find it extremely difficult to live in the present moment. So, that is the trap of unconscious living. That is what the authors are saying. This is a trap of unconscious living. How are we living? We are living unconsciously. We are not conscious of our life priorities. We are not conscious of our habits. We are not conscious of our choices. We are not conscious that how to develop a balanced life, and we are not even conscious of the peace and contentment that is available to us in the present moment. So, you see, when our mind goes in the past, can anybody answer what are the emotions that come when we are in the past? Can anybody answer? You can raise your hand and talk. What happens when our mind is in the past? Anybody? What emotions come?
Madam, uh,
Ha,
Namaskaram, madam. We feel
yes.
a
What?
depression quality. We feel of a negative feelings
Yes,
that we have lost something, and we
yes,
feel no encouragement in life. We feel separated.
absolutely,
We feel separated from
absolutely.
our neighbors, our family members, everything thinking of the
Yes,
past, and we feel
yes.
we have as if we have lost of our life.
Very
So
nice, very nice.
that
That is
that
what happens when we are living in the past. And can somebody else tell me what happens when we are thinking about the future? What are the thoughts that come when we are in the future? Can anybody else tell me? Please contribute. It is for your own growth. What do you feel when you think about the future? Just share it. Anxiety, correct. You feel anxiety. You feel worry, right? When you think about. So basically, when you're thinking about the past, you feel sad, you feel depression, you feel guilt, guilt, right? Sometimes you may feel shame also, right? Regret is the main thing also, that I wish I could have done this differently. And when we are thinking about the future, we are always worried, we are anxious, and we are fearful. We fear the problems of the future, correct? Guilt also, correct? So these are the emotions and negative thoughts that come by staying in the past or in the future. But where is life? Life is in the present moment. Where is joy and happiness? Happiness is living in the present moment. In the past, our consciousness is only stuck in memory. And in the future, our consciousness is stuck in expectation. So actually, our consciousness is not never free only because we are not living in the present moment. So we are not in touch with reality only. So naturally, if we do not live in the present, we are not experiencing the real bliss and the beauty and joy of life. We are not experiencing reality. We react to negative stimuli. They say that 600 million of years ago, when man was, like in the jungles and all, he used to react to he used to fear the stimuli. He used to react that way to whatever danger was coming in the form of animals or anything. And that has remained with us over the years. We just react emotionally, we react fearfully to all the situations and people that are coming in our life. He says that, have you seen children, they live in the present moment. Why are they so happy? They're always cheerful, shouting, joyful. Have you seen? Even if they fall down, they'll cry a lot, but what happens? Next minute they get up and they start playing again. That is because they are living in the present moment, and we also need to train ourselves to live in the present moment. So, this distraction, of laptops, cell phones, iPads, this modern technology, all the things, what are they causing? They are causing us to move away from the present moment. Anytime we are seeing social media or we are seeing news, especially, we are either talking about some past incident, something accident that happened, some volcano happened, or some future policy that is yet to be made, and the fear some things that are associated with the policy. So all these things, the gadgets and the social media and news and advertisements, what are they pushing us to? They are pushing us more and more not to live in the present moment. So life can be only found, but life can be only found in the present moment. So now, how can, you may ask, now how can we live in the present moment? Because even those who are meditating newly, they meditate, that time they are experiencing bliss, but when they are coming out, again we are getting caught in the past and the future. So the question arises naturally in your mind, how can we live in the present moment? So the answer is simple. You have to practice daily practice of mindfulness. That is the answer. So somebody may ask, what is mindfulness? Can somebody answer what is mindfulness? Does anybody know what is mindfulness? You all must have read na so many knowledge books and all. If somebody can answer.
Uh, Mindfulness is to be aware of surroundings, the
Yes.
noises in the surroundings and
Correct.
the
Absolutely correct. It means becoming intentionally aware of the present moment while paying close attention to your feelings, thoughts, and sensations of the body, and to practice non judgment. So, while you are becoming aware of the present moment, you become aware of the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations of the body, but without any judgment. We are not to label that our thoughts are good, our thoughts are bad, our thoughts are negative, our feelings are negative. We do not have to judge them. We have to just become aware. That is mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply being aware of what is happening right now without wishing it to be any different. Now, see, that is the beauty. We are always wishing for the present moment to be something else. That is why we are not enjoying the present moment. So mindfulness simply means becoming aware of the what is happening right now without wishing it to be different. Enjoying the pleasant part of what is happening right now and just accepting the negative part that is happening right now without labeling it. Negative, what is happening in our life, it is good, it is bad. Do not label it, do not judge it, just accept it. Enjoy what is pleasant in your life right now. Enjoy the cup of tea you're having, enjoy whatever you're doing, and just accepting everything as it is right now. We are always wishing for the present to be something else, and that is giving us all the stress, all the worry, all the anxiety in our life. So the authors, they tell us that we should practice the mindfulness habits for at least 10 minutes when we start. Okay? So they say 10 minutes if you start practicing a new mindful habit, it is enough for it to slowly start becoming a habit. It means what? Like suppose if you're having a cup of tea, from today for 10 minutes, while you are having the tea, only think about the tea, the taste of the tea, the smell of the tea, what it is doing to your body. Observe all those things. See, then you will start enjoying your tea. Now, how we are living? We are having tea. We are listening. One side we are seeing a reel on the phone. Other side some TV something is going on. Somebody is shouting somewhere, and we are hardly enjoying our tea. So mindfulness habit is enjoying the tea by completely being in the present moment, observing your thoughts at that time. Even if it is coming that it is a good tea, you just observe it. Even if it is coming, it's bad tea, just observe it. Do not judge it. And try to experience the benefit of the tea, the joy of the taste of the tea to the maximum. That is 10-minute mindful habits. Now, what are the benefits of mindful habits? They improve your physical and mental well being. That is very important. They reduce or slow down some of the symptoms of physical illnesses. They minimize the frequency and intensity of the destructive or negative emotions. So, those who are experiencing a lot of negative emotions in your life, they must practice mindfulness. With that, what will happen? You will start slowly becoming coming in the present moment, and those negative emotions will stop having that effect on your mind, and they will go away completely. It alleviates stress, it reduces overthinking, it improves memory, concentration, and performance, helps with emotional reactivity. What is emotional reactivity? Something happened in our life, someone said something to us, and what we did? We just reacted. We are without being mindful, we have said something to the other person. So that is what we are doing. We are not doing mindful living. So that is emotional reactivity. Those who are having emotional outbursts a lot, they should practice mindfulness. Then it promotes cognitive flexibility, it creates happier relationships, reduces anxiety, improves sleep, promotes mental health, and it even gives us relief from pain. So, these are the multiple benefits of mindfulness, practice of mindfulness. So, now we can learn how to develop a mindful habit. So everybody want to know how to develop a mindful habit? Yes. A mindful habit will reshape your mind. One mindful habit will start reshaping your mind. Now, first, what you should do is you should decide what habits you want to change in your life. Suppose if you're getting up late, then you write down, I want to start getting up early. So make a list of all the habits that you want to change and make a list of all the existing habits which are okay. But what if you want to improve on them? Like, suppose if you are having a conversation with your spouse, but you're not doing it while you are in the present moment, you're irritated, you're angry most of the time because you're always your thoughts are somewhere else. So that improvement you can start making. So a list of new habits and a list of existing habits which you want to improve, and limit the number of habits you want to change. Don't say that all the habits I want to change at one time. No, just take two or three habits at a time and then start changing them. Some people say it takes 21 days to change a habit. Some people say it takes 66 days. But the authors, they suggest that at least minimum 30 days you practice the new habit till it becomes a part of your routine. And practice it regularly. Practice it every day and take baby steps with the new habits. Don't push yourself so much that again it starts causing stress. Take small baby steps. Start with only the cup of tea if you want in the morning, or start with just, gratitude meditation. You want to form a habit, just start with that. Practice it for 30 days and then go on to the next new habit you want to form. It's like mindful eating or mindful conversations. These are all the habits you want to improve. Then you can make a list of them. Then they also say that you can reward yourself because you are making the effort. Nobody is going to come and pat your back, so you can reward yourself once you have inculcated a good habit and you have made it a part of your routine. You can reward yourself by a small chocolate or whatever, going to the spa or anything you feel. You can reward yourself and introduce more mindful habits slowly. So the more areas of your life you introduce mindful habits, automatically the other areas of your life will also start improving, and you will start eventually living a mindful life. You are mindful of what you're talking to the person in front of you. You become mindful of what you are thinking. If it's a negative thought, you can immediately remove that thought and replace it with a positive thought. Every action, every sentence that you're speaking becomes mindful living. Now we can look into some of the mindful habits that we need to inculcate according to the author. Totally, they have said that there are 74 habits, but I cannot take such a long session. So what I have done is taken some morning habits, afternoon habits, and evening habits that we can inculcate in our life and transform our life. The first thing is getting up early only. So suppose if we are getting up at 7, make a habit of getting up 10 minutes to 7. This will help you in reducing your stress because you got that extra 10 minutes to do your daily work and you become stress free. Second is you can do a gratitude meditation or say some gratitude prayer, then do a mindful body scan. You can sit in the bed, only on the bed, and you can just put your attention to your entire body, and you can see that wherever the stiffness is there, wherever the tension is there, you can just release. So do a body scan meditation. You can do pranayam, you can do breathing exercises, and you can do a shower meditation also. I found this very interesting because they say that while you are taking a shower, just feel as if all your negativity is going away. So you can experience that, and then you can enjoy also the shower. So shower meditation. Then you make your bed mindfully. Now what we are doing, we are just doing making the bed in a hurry burry, but try to make it with lots of love and lots of care. Once the bed is done, appreciate how nice the bed is looking. So you can even do that. And then one nice habit that I found was that they say get up and then you smile in the mirror. By that, what happens when you smile, you look at yourself and smile in the mirror, automatically you feel happy, your confidence is up, and you can start your day with positivity. And then set daily intentions, like 3 goals you can take, that today I want to complete this task, or today I haven't called up my friend for many days, I should call up my friend and ask her how you are. So set daily intentions, 3 goals in a day. Eat your breakfast mindfully. And then they also suggest to go in the nature early in the morning. It's a very good habit. You can go and walk on the grass, be with nature. It is very soothing, therapeutic, and healing. And then have meaningful conversation with your spouse, because the rest of the day you're going to be so busy, you're not going to get time. So that creates a good bonding. So these are the some of the morning mindful habits that you can develop, or you can introduce new in your life and see your life change. Then some of the late morning habits are mindful driving. Men who are driving, mindlessly, we are driving, we are agitated. If the light comes, green light, red light comes, we get frustrated. But instead of that, just be in the present moment. Be mindful that okay, I have to stop for 1 minute, might as well I enjoy the music which I put on in my car. So mindful driving. Then once you go to office, you can make a habit of cleaning your desk, because clutter gives you a lot of stress. You can go and just clean your desk and you immediately start feeling happy. Then focus on your work purpose and be mindful even when you're checking your mail, checking your chats for work. Be mindful and focus on the goals which are at hand. These are the late morning habits you can start inculcating. Afternoon mindful habits are, you can practice slow work, especially people who are working in corporate office who have very fast lives. Start practicing to work little slowly. Slowly means not like really take 2 hours to do a 15-minute job, but be in the present moment and do that work and just see the difference. Actually, you will be able to complete the work much faster than you would when you were in stress. Then cultivate beginner's mind. Many possibilities in a beginner's mind. What does it mean? Always do your work in office as if you are doing it for the beginning it for the first time. Instead of being thinking, oh, I am the boss, I am an expert. When you say you are an expert, you won't learn anything. Then in between, people who are working in offices, they can stand and stretch, you know. Then take a digital break. From time to time, you can just take a 5 minute break from your phone and your laptop. This gives you a lot of relief. And cultivate humility. Take a music break if you feel like, when you're going to the cafeteria for a coffee break in office, you can practice. You can just listen to some music. It will make you happy. It will elevate you. Cultivate humility with people, and practice loving kindness meditation. So these are the afternoon mindful habits we need to inculcate. And lastly, they are the evening and night mindful habits are end your work day mindfully. So once you come back from work, mindfully switch off from your work. Usually, what modern man is doing 24/7, we are thinking about our work. Corporate offices also don't allow you to, switch off from your work. But you can tell your boss after 7 o'clock, I am not going to answer any calls. And then completely switch off from your work mindfully. It's called taking a mental mini vacation. And then they say reconnect with your relationships. Naturally, when you come back home, your children are there, your wife is there, family is there, mother is there. So just reconnect with them and mindfully, be in the present moment with your relationships. You will see, you will feel more happy and more joyful with your relations. Then you can create a dinner ritual, like, you can, like the Christians do, or even we Hindus do. We fold our hands, or we can all hold hands and say a small thank you prayer to God for the food we are eating, for the good things we are having in our life. Then, if you're washing dishes, also again do it mindfully. Just enjoy that process. Everything that you're doing in life, just be in the moment and enjoy. And you will see that those dishes do not feel like a burden. You start enjoying that work also. Then give yourself a break from TV. Nowadays, we are all whole evening, night, late night, everybody is watching TV. But reduce your TV time. Trust me, it's a very good mindful habit. Then tame your longings and cravings. We are having a lot of desires, no? So they are asking us to tame them, reduce your desires. Okay, if I do not buy this dress today or tomorrow, it's okay, I can manage with what I have. Like that, you start taming your cravings and your desires. You are craving for food. People are ordering so much on Swiggy and Zomato mindlessly. That is living mindlessly. How we can become mindful? If we control our craving, then we don't need to order so much from outside. A simple mango also, if we eat at home, we can feel happy. Then while sleeping, they say that you practice writing a journal, listen to some soothing music. You can read some knowledge in at the end of the day. It's very soothing. And half an hour before sleeping, you must switch off all your gadgets, TV, phone, everything. Nowadays, everybody, what they're doing till they are sleeping, the phone is in their hands, and that causes a lot of stress. The glare that comes from our phone is so disturbing to our cornea, to our eyes. It is damaging our eyes. And if you will see, if you have watched too many reels, you don't get sleep, your eyes start burning. This is the reason. So make a habit that half an hour before sleeping, just shut the TV, shut your laptop, shut your phone, and just listen to some calm music, read knowledge, or do a meditation, do a night meditation, or do your anapanasati meditation. Write a journal, say a surrender prayer, and you can do a guided sleep meditation also. They say that you start these are some of the habits. If you want to read all the habits, you can go through this book. They have mentioned some 71 or 74 habits in that. And take a single habit at a time, practice it for a specific time for a month. Like practice it for 10 minutes and then for a month. And reward yourself, be consistent, and accept setbacks. Now, when we are forming a new habit, every time it may not be possible for us to do it. So, even if someday we are not able to do it, don't, you know, tell yourself that, oh, why I'm not able to do. Just accept it. Okay, it's not happening tomorrow, I will try again. So, like that, accept setbacks also. So, that is about mindful habits. And in my own life, I experienced the power and the joy of present moment when I came in Art of Living. Guruji gives a lot of emphasis on the present moment. And when you start living in the present moment, no, really the stress dissolves. It becomes like as if you're living life in a slow motion and full of joy and bliss. You're doing all your duties, you're doing all your action, but somehow the stress is not there, the hurry burry is not there, the negative thinking is not there, the fear is not there, and it feels like you're just moving with the flow. So mindfulness is a way of life. It is also letting go of the past and letting go of the future. Walk as a free person. Be here now. There is no better place to be. So the present moment is the best place to be. That's what they are teaching us. And I found this very useful because habits create our destiny. How many people feel this is true? Habits create our destiny, right? So when we change, if you want change in your life, those who are wanting change in your life, you must actually start changing your habits to mindful habits. Like simple thing like making a phone call or sending a chat message. Just think little bit before sending it. Think about what you are sending, whether those words are meaningful or no. This is called mindful living. It makes an immense difference in all areas of your life. You start living a joyful and a happier life. So that's
Yeah.
it, my friends. A sweet, short, and beautiful topic where actually you can practice these habits and elevate your lifestyle, elevate your joy and happiness.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Thank you,
feel
madam,
free.
for sharing us this topic and helping us to connect more deeply with the present moment. So
Yes,
accepting things as it is.
yes,
So the effects of following positive things, following these mindful habits. So even the few unintentional minutes of not living with the moment can make a big difference. These minutes converted to hours. Hours will have huge negative impact on our body. Now,
yes,
unfortunately, nowadays we are connected. We are multitasking. Phone with the breakfast,
yes,
phone while
yes,
driving. So we are doing two or more things.
yes.
Yes, that should be avoided. Yes.
And what happens is even when we are newcomers in meditation, what happens? We are in that bliss state in meditation, but the moment we come out of meditation, for newcomers, it is difficult to be in the present moment. So these mindful habits, if you start practicing them every day, they automatically, start bringing you in the present moment, even when you are doing your actions and duties. So it is very powerful. Yeah.
Yes. For that, we have to sit for 10 minutes. This 10 minutes may convert into longer.
See, like if you are driving, like I said, it's so simple. If you're driving, if the the lights have come and you have to stop, then that time just instead of getting upset, oh, I'm getting late, just switch on the music and say, I'm going to enjoy this 1 minute present moment.
Yes.
Just see the difference it will make. Very simple it is. It's just this minor shift you have to start making in your perspective to living your life. Any questions? Anybody?
Any masters can raise their hand. Palnappan sir, you can.
Madam? Madam?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, sir.
One small
Good evening, sir.
doubt, madam. In our
Yes, sir.
nowadays this professional life,
Uh-huh.
we are getting practiced in job, such that we have to plan our activities. Plan
Yes,
our
yes.
activities means we have to think ahead. So that may sometimes may lead us not to live in the present. No, we will be thinking of the activities which are to be taken. No.
Yes, yes, yes. But how you can handle this? Of course, planning for the future is part of our life. But suppose if you've gone to office and you had a meeting over there, and the boss has called you, and you all have, gone through the meeting planning something, right? So 1 hour you have spent on planning. Agreed. At that time, your mind may go into the future. But with the mindful habits, what you will start doing is, once you have planned, you will stop thinking about it. You will leave that plan there only, and you will only focus on executing the plan day by day. Instead of continuously thinking, oh, I made this plan, when will my goal happen? When will my goal happen? That is what is causing you stress. So don't carry the plan. Once the plan is made, put it over there, and then what steps you have made in the plan, just focus on those one step at a time. So when you are, obviously a plan is for say 1 year plan you made, right, for the company. So you don't have to focus on that whole 1 year activities, no. Then you come the next day and only focus on that next day, what goal you have to achieve. By that you will be remaining in the present moment, not to think of
Yeah.
the entire plan all the time.
That
Yeah,
is on
that's
implementation. On implementation. On implementation of the
it.
plan. Yes.
Yes, yes. Rather than only focusing on the plan all the time and the result of the plan. When we are focusing on the result, oh, when will I achieve this goal? When will I achieve this goal? Oh, I made this plan, I made this plan. That is when the stress is coming. But when we start focusing on the implementation, like you said, that okay, now I made this plan. Today is day one. Make a list of what you have to do, and you are only going to focus on those things on that day. So you are automatically coming back into the present moment, and the plan and the goal and the result of the plan is not stressing you out, right?
Yes, madam. Thank you, madam.
It is so simple like that, actually.
Yes, madam. Thank you, madam.
You. Yes.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Or we can then do a small guided mindfulness meditation. Would you like to do a guided mindfulness meditation? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Anybody, any more questions? Then otherwise we'll move forward. No? People are all in the present moment and happy, I assume.
They are living in the present.
Yes, that is why there are no questions. So we are ready for a mindfulness meditation, everybody. Yes.
Thank you, Niliji. Thank you so much for your wonderful wisdom share. Your thought about mindfulness and how to practice and what is mindfulness and how to achieve it and what are the benefits and everything. Thank you so much. Uh, yeah, being in the present is the most important thing. Thank you so much, ma'am. And Ramchandran sir want to talk.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
The mindfulness, a very interesting and very inspiring talk that you have been very good. And this study of the mind is something like an ocean. As I analyze the mind, I go into I go into straight by. I am not going anywhere, not reaching anywhere. That is the mind. The way it waves, the way some people are in a different way. Some people are this way. The mind is totally different. And Vivekananda said yes, and another thing is that Vivekananda yesterday said that tomorrow is uncertain. This moment is the reality. That is the reality. That is exactly the thing. And I will tell you about the mind, the behavior of the mind. I'll tell you a very small story. It may take 2 minutes. There is a 10-year boy called Tom, and it was summer holidays, and all his friends were playing here and there. And that day, his aunt, Auntie Podi, he scolded him because he stole a cake from the kitchen. And he was told, and he scolded him, and he said, take that bucket of white paint, go and whitewash the wall. And the boy was very sad, very sad, very sad. And when all the friends are playing in the field and the summer vacation and all his friends are doing, and he had no option. He took the bucket, he went to the wall and started painting the wall. And but he was a very smart boy. What he did, he was painting, and but his boys are all, his friends are playing on the ground very merrily, but he was still feeling very sad. And what he did, he started painting with total mindfulness. With total mindfulness, as if he is not bothered what is happening around. Total mindfulness, he was painting, and the other boys, those who were playing around, they asked him, what is happening? And he doesn't look at. We are playing so merrily, and this man is totally involved, and he's absolutely the job. That total mindfulness is doing it. And then boys started wondering about it, and they started coming and asking, what's happening? What are you doing? Don't you feel bad about it? Why don't you play with me? So with us. So he said, listen, in the right time I get this kind of an opportunity to do painting. So don't disturb me. Please go away. I'm already doing this. I'm only once in lifetime I get this opportunity to do this job. So go away. The boys are not satisfied. They again came back. Again, they were a little bit very interested about. Then
Children and young people always remain in the present moment, and by watching children, you can learn how to be in the present moment. It's a beautiful way.
And then
Thank you so much.
Boys, I take half a second. The boys came and started offering, you give me apple, you give me, allow me to do the work. That is the kind of mindfulness that's made it a job or hobby. He has made it a hobby and he has done that. That's it. That's a very good story because it's the mindfulness. When you talk about that, it came to my mind.
Very nice. Very nice, sir, for adding a little bit more fun in the topic. Thank you so much. Thank you. So can we start the meditation, mindfulness meditation? Should we start, everybody?
Yes,
yeah,
madam.
you can. Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Namaste, madam.
Just see how to do this mindful things. Actually, suppose in the morning we are preparing something like tiffin, lunch, and all, and then the maid, suppose she didn't turn up or something fell down, and some milk has overflown from the vessel, and the dosha we are putting has roasted much. And these people will come and will be asking us, what is this? How you did it? What all this? And amongst all this, how to do?
See the beauty of starting. Take the first step at least. So now suppose if you're making coffee, Just enjoy the process, no? Just enjoy, smell the tea, smell the tea leaves. We never do that. We never
Yes.
do that. We just blindly we are putting the tea, blindly we are putting the water, something we are doing, and then again just somehow we are making the tea. Start with just making that cup of tea. just
Oh,
just
okay.
go slow on that. Go slow on that. Enjoy the smell of the tea leaves. See the tea leaves boiling. You see, a
Okay.
beautiful color starts coming. We are living so mindlessly, we have forgotten to observe only anything in life. I
Yeah.
many times I like watching how the color changes in the tea when we start boiling it.
Okay.
Slowly it becomes a darker color. Have you seen that? And then it
Yes.
starts boiling. And then when we add milk, then again the color changes and again a different beautiful smell starts coming. So all that how you can experience the joy of making tea by going a little slow, enjoying the moment of making the tea, right? And you
Okay.
don't have to do mindful practice for all the habits. Start with one small habit, and you will see when you enjoyed making the tea, you will see your next step, that is suppose some making some vegetable, that automatically you will start enjoying it. They have said that once you start practicing mindful habits in one area of your life, slowly it starts spreading to all areas of your life. You know, so that is
Okay.
the beauty. Start with just one small habit, or even something as simple as getting up in the morning and watching the sunrise. How many people do that in Mumbai, in Chennai, Bangalore? Nobody is doing that anymore. You know,
Yes.
just start with that. No, 2 minutes, just stand in the window and watch the sunrise and see how beautiful it is. Absorb the sunlight, feel the presence of the energy of the sun, and you will see automatically your day will go so beautiful. You know,
Yeah.
so any small thing you can start doing mindfully, and it will slowly start changing your life.
Yeah.
So when I was young, there was a poem I used to love a lot without really understanding the meaning of the present moment. It said, "What is this life full of care? We have no time to stand and stare." In the modern life, we have
Yes.
no time to stand and stare at the sunrise or the sunset, or just hearing the birds chirping early in the morning, 5:36. How beautiful the birds are chirping, but we don't listen to them because we are not living mindfully. And the
Mm.
joy is in all these things.
Yes.
Slowly your life will become like a slow motion movie. I'm telling you, I have
Mm.
experienced the change in my life. It is like you all the things are happening on their own. Even mistakes don't happen. Somehow the magic is such that mistakes also don't happen. The milk
Mm.
also won't boil, the maid will also come on time, everything will start happening on its own. Trust me. That is the
Okay.
power of the magic, the power of now. God is
Okay.
in the present moment. God is not in the past. God is not in the future. Where is God? God is in the present moment. And when we bring ourselves to the present moment, we are connected to God. And that time, God takes over our life and makes it beautiful. If I put it in
Oh,
a spiritual way. Okay?
very nice. Very nice. Very nice explanation. So nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank
very
you.
Yeah, and
simple.
yeah, Niluji. The
Yes.
thing is, like, we need to allot time for anything. It so if you want to cook, start early, little early
Yes.
cooking, so you get some
Yes.
time, and
Yes.
yeah, reducing the TV time,
Yes. Yes.
the social media, all those timings and all. No,
Yes.
you can spend the quality time. And
Yes.
one experience I would like to share. One of my colleagues, she said, like, in this busy world, we actually need lot of mindfulness. So there are many people who are lacking. One of my colleague used to say, when she start from her office after the work, and until she go home, she don't even focus on. She just drives, and after reaching home, she realizes like I reached my home. In between, she's thinking something, but she drives. She drives correctly, but she's not in the present. Like she's driving. When she starts here, she goes somewhere in the mind, and when she reaches home, oh my god, how did I reach my home? Then I was like shocked. I never heard like this incident. You got to be more careful. Then she said like it happened to my friend also. Then
that is how
yeah, there are a lot of
accidents
people.
also happen, no? Sometimes because you're not in the present moment. That is why you need to be mindful of every activity you do. Like, see,
Yeah,
I'm seeing your background, it's so beautiful. It's got these tulips, it's got
yeah,
this balloon. That is what it is, living in the present moment. I'm
yeah,
observing every aspect, your clip, everything I'm observing because I'm living in the present moment. And your
yeah.
beautiful smile, that is the meaning of being in the present moment. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Even when I was a kid, no, if I don't have friends to play, I don't like. I used to not like to watch much TV. I used to go sleep and put that blanket on me because my mother will not disturb me. I used to dream all the flower gardens and all, enjoying that thing. I used to do that. That worked a lot. Yeah. And even in cooking, when I see my mom, she'll be asking me, "How many cups did I pour the water in the rice?" It happens to
Yeah.
many, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
living in the present is the most, and that's how we do efficiently, and that's
Yeah.
how we can avoid the extra work, like
Yes. Yes. Yes.
spilling water and all, spilling milk and all.
Yes.
Those all we can avoid.
These things increase because you're not in the present moment. When you come in the
Yeah.
present moment, the mistakes just reduce. And this because the stress is gone now. And that is why all your work becomes very efficient. You become much more efficient in your work. Your concentration increases because every time you're doing the smallest of work, you are in the present moment. So it has
Yeah,
got
and
multiple benefits of mindful living has got multiple benefits, and
benefit.
it is also, we can call it meditation in action. That is, you are
And
in a meditative state only when you are in action.
yes, ma'am. And that's how we can avoid the guilt. Because we are doing efficient, we are focusing. We did not
Yeah.
think about it. We'll do it nicely, correctly, accurately. The result will
Yes.
be very nice. And because we are ahead, ahead we are prepared. We don't have fear in the future also. So
Yes.
being in the present is good for past and the future also.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much, Neri, ma'am. Thank you all,
Thank
masters.
you. Thank you for your lovely contribution. Thank you so much, Deepika ma'am, for giving me the opportunity in the beginning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.